Hola, clase. If you're here, you were like, I got nothing. I don't even know how to start translating this. So let's go through and work through this together. You should know how to do all of this, but I understand we've been out of school, and so you might be a little bit confused. So I've taken that same paragraph that I had on there, but I've just split it up sentence by sentence so we can talk about it. So our first one is my name, and you were supposed to, give your name. If you remember in the lección preliminar, so you can go back to that vocab list if you need to. Lección preliminar, we learned me llamo is how people tend to say I am called, or how they introduce their name. Me llamo. And then you would just put your name. So for me, I would say me llamo Colleen. That's my first name. You would say me llamo, George, me llamo Fred, me llamo Cindy, me llamo Sue, whatever your name is. I am. This is where everybody always gets themselves confused, but remember, this comes from the verb ser. We learned the verb ser, which meant to be, and we said to be is, in English, it's like the am, are, is verbs. The I form is up here. It's yo in Spanish. So we do yo. And if you remember on your chart, and it's in your grammar book if you need to look, yo soy. Yo soy. And then you need an adjective, and you should remember that the word for and is e, and then another adjective. Now, guys, if it ends in an O, you just keep it an O. Girls, if it ends in an O, you need to change it to an A. So for me, I might say I am cómica y baja. I suggest you use a physical and a personality adjective. Okay? Yo soy cómica y baja. I changed them to A's to match me. Guys, you would use cómico bajo. Now, this next one I gave you basically in Spanish because I know we haven't talked about this much. This is for hair color. So, yo tengo pelo, I have hair, and I need to decide, is it light hair or is it dark hair? For me, I'm going to do rubio. Okay? Yo tengo pelo rubio. And guys, I would be writing this down on a piece of paper to have in front of you. So when you record, you can basically keep looking down to read it. Okay? Bien? I like verb. So remember that how to say I like is me gusta. Again, you have a chart. And then you want to take your verb probably from your U1L2 vocab list. You had a whole bunch of options. For example, you had leer, to read. You had practicar deportes. You had estudiar. I'm betting most of you aren't putting that one. You had dibujar, to draw. You had a whole bunch of different choices. So you need to pick one thing you like to do and stick it there. Now we get to your friend. Now I told you how to say my best friend. So you would say mi mejor, and then you need to decide if you're doing a guy or a gal. I'm going to do a female best friend since I've done a male best friend in another video. Mi mejor amiga. And then back to our little SARE chart. I need the third person singular. I need the one that would go down here. This one's eres for two. This one is es. So I'd say mi mejor amiga es, and then I would give a name. So for me, I'm going to put Mindy. Your best friend might be Jose. Your best friend might be Esther. Your best friend might be Edith. I don't know. Okay? I'm making up names, and I'm making up intentionally crazy names, but you get my point. Okay? Now, I chose a girl, so I'm going to translate it and use she, which is ella. Guys, if you did it, or gals, and if you used a male best friend, use L with an accent. Ella, still going to use S because I'm still talking about a third person singular. And I need two adjectives to describe this person. Again, I used a girl, so I'm going to end mine in ah if that's appropriate. I'm going to say she's artística. And then I'm going to use intelligente, which I don't need to change because it doesn't end in an O or an A, okay? If you're describing a guy, you would have him end in O if appropriate, okay? Again, now I need to talk about her hair color. So I'm going to pick ella because I'm doing a girl. Tiene pelo castaño. Now, if you happen to have a redheaded friend, you would still start with either L or ella. They're the ones that are a little unusual. And you would say S, they are, he or she is, pelirrojo for a guy and A for a gal. So ella es pelirroja, él es pelirrojo. Okay? He or she likes to verb. Now, you would, if you want to add the he or she part, you do a. I can't. Gotta make a good A. And then either L if it's a guy. In my case, we're going to go with ella because I've been doing a girl. Le gusta. Remember from our Gustar chart? And then I'm going to pick a verb for them. So again, back from that U1L1 list, okay? So in this case, I'm going to pick dibujar because she's a very good artist. Dibujar. A ella le gusta dibujar. Now I've got my sentences written and I can get ready to record. Personally, I would practice saying them a few times before I actually hit the record button just to help my mouth get used to the words. Okay? Buena suerte. Adios.